India has long captivated ancient writers and geographers as a land of mystery, grandeur, and striking landscapes. Greek, Roman, and Asian scholars struggled to describe its shape, size, rivers, and mountains, often blending fact and legend. Ancient Greek authors such as Ctesias, Aristotle, and Herodotus offered some of the earliest Western descriptions of India. They imagined India as an exotic and vast land stretching to the edges of the known world, often mixing myth with observation. Herodotus, for example, described the Oikoumene, the inhabited world, where India sat at the distant eastern edge beyond Persia. His map lacked accurate boundaries, but placed India opposite the western limits of Europe and Africa. Aristotle believed that the land between Gibraltar and India was bordered entirely by ocean, showing how speculative geography guided early thought. When Alexander the Great campaigned into the Indus Valley, Greek notions of India shifted from myth to first-hand observation. To Alexander, India primarily meant the lands around the Indus River, a mighty but still mysterious watercourse, whose full course he never fully mapped. Local guides and interpreters struggled to explain distant seas or inland waterways, underscoring how little accurate geographic knowledge existed beyond the frontier. In the 2nd century CE, Ptolemy of Alexandria produced a more detailed geography. He described India's shape more accurately, the acute angle formed by its two coasts where the land tapers, between the mouth of the Indus River in the west and the Ganges River in the east. Ptolemy's work laid the foundations for later cartography, stretching classical worldviews eastward and helping later scholars refine the map of the Indian subcontinent. The Chinese Buddhist scholar Xuanzang, 602 to 664 CE, later traveled across India and recorded his observations. He described the country's broad northern expanse and its narrowing southern end, resembling the crescent shape later familiar in modern maps. His descriptions blended geographic accuracy with cultural insight, bringing back knowledge of rivers, cities, and people far beyond what earlier Greek geographers knew. While ancient geographic descriptions focused largely on shape and myth, the actual physical geography of India includes dramatic and distinct features. The Himalayas, a massive mountain chain along the northern border, serve as a climatic barrier and source of major rivers. The Indo-Gangetic Plains, fertile floodplains fed by rivers like the Indus and Ganges, support dense agriculture and civilizations. The Thar Desert in the northwest presents a stark contrast, arid land shaped by climatic patterns. The Deccan Plateau dominates central and southern India, bounded by the western and eastern Ghats. Western and eastern Ghats run along the peninsular coasts, influencing monsoon patterns and biodiversity. Ancient geographic thought about India reflects both curiosity and limitation. Early writers lacked direct exploration, but built frameworks that later travelers and scholars refined. The shift from legend to more empirical mapping shows how knowledge evolved, from mythical accounts to systematic Roman and Asian geographic texts. Understanding ancient geography reveals not just how people saw the world, but how geography shaped trade, culture, and empire, from Greek adventurers to Buddhist monks traversing a land that would forever intrigue scholars across continents.